Hello and welcome to another video. This video is gonna be a little bit shorter than others. I'm gonna talk a little bit or very quickly about Oschersleben, the race we just had this weekend. So, as you can see, there's no car, there's no ram, there's just this guy. So, it was quite a chaotic weekend. So let me just dive into it, and I'm gonna talk you along, or I'm gonna talk you through the whole weekend, and yeah, and you're gonna see some pictures and videos and everything just as I'm talking, and yeah. So let's go. So, first of all, we got to Oschersleben, which all went very nicely. We did a few test runs, did the first few test sessions, which went quite good. Not that fast, but decent. And the car felt good. We didn't have that much track time, unfortunately, because there were a lot of traffic. There were mostly 35 to 40 cars on the track, and the track isn't very long, so we had a lot of traffic. You can see it in my, I think, first 2 laps or so. I had to overtake some cars in a corner on the outside, and I had to do a lot of overtaking, and we didn't have that much time because most sessions were shortened because of incidents, and fortunately no one was harmed, no crashes or anything, just technical issues from different cars, which cut our track time short. And yeah, that's basically it, the first few sessions. And then I had a few passengers as well, and so yeah, I couldn't do that many fast laps. And the car got quite hot also, because temperatures were 30, 31, 32 degrees. So yeah, but it was a lot of fun. That was Saturday. Then Sunday was qualifying, or warm-up and then qualifying. In the warm-up I saw, yeah, the car has some pace, I have some pace. I just need to put it all together, and then it's gonna get quite decent lap. And that happened first in the quali. I was 4th after the qualifying, which was okay. I did leave out some time because I had also again some traffic just right at the beginning of the lap, which cost me about half a second around ish. So I was at 1:41.0, so that was quite easy, or quite good for me. And my goal was to get below 1:40. That was what I felt was possible for me with that car, and that we had just used a 0.52s, which I used the whole weekend, so no new tires for the final. Somehow I managed to turn off the camera and talked for like 5 minutes into the camera for nothing, so I'm gonna repeat it again and try to not forget anything. So we had before the finals, we had some strange issues. The car started to rev from 1,000 to 2,500, just like rum all the time, and no error on the dash. So I called Acme, and big shout out to them. They made an awesome job. They just I sent them downloaded the data. I haven't checked anything because I wanted to know if it's in the data or if I have to search for the issue somewhere else. I sent them the data. They came back and said, yeah, most likely you have somewhere air leak, which I had on the intake manifold. There was a pipe blown off. You could barely see it from the top. As soon as I looked in the engine bay, but I didn't see it. When I knew what I was looking for, I found it in like 30 seconds, reattached it, everything went well. So big shout out to Acme to help me on a Sunday morning. So after quali, I was 4th, needed to find half a second, which I did. I found 1 second. I pushed very, very hard, basically much too hard in some corners. I even touched in one corner because I was so fast and I didn't want to brake. I touched it's on the side of the track like a pylone, plastic thingy like this high, and I touched it quite hard. Maybe you can even see it on the onboard. I haven't even checked the onboard. You're gonna know why in a couple of seconds. So yeah, but it was good. I got third, which is quite an achievement for me in Pro, and I'm very happy with that.
Somit Platz 3, Philippe Röteli aus der Schweiz in der Klasse Pro. Seine Zeit im Finale 1:40.094 im Toyota GR Yaris.
And then we loaded up everything and got back, started our way back home at 5:30 p.m. and we had a 9-hour ride before us, so we knew it's gonna get late. And that was Sunday evening. Then 2.5 hours in, we drove through some very heavy rain. You could barely see a thing. We drove just 60 on the highway, and no one overtook us, so we were fastest with the Ram and the trailer. And then the ABS, or an ABS fault, started to come up on the dash, and I was like, oh no, what is it now? Few minutes later, maybe 3-4 minutes later, we saw a parking possibility on the side of the highway for lorries and stuff. So we went out there. I wanted to get rid of my contact lenses and wear my glasses. Immediately when I slowed down and the spray got less, I heard some weird noise. I was like, oh, what's that? When I came to a stop, I heard the noise even more, and oh, that's not good. Checked the mirrors, saw smoke coming from the right rear. Immediately rushed out of the car, took the fire extinguisher out of the back. Thank God I didn't need it, because nothing was on fire. The brakes just were glowing. The drum brake of the Ram malfunctioned, and it was glowing. Everything was glowing. So we were quite close to a fire, and it was smoke and everything. I'm gonna show you the video. Yeah, my heart just dropped when I saw this, because I was once in a burning car with the Evo. That wasn't quite fun, and nearly destroyed the whole car. Yeah, and yeah, thank God it wasn't something serious. It just fried the wheel bearing and the ABS sensor and the brakes and everything, so we couldn't continue, and still had 500 something kilometers left to go. So we called the tow truck. They came with a big Mercedes. We loaded the Ram up, hanged on the trailer, or attached the trailer, and they drove us to a safe space at the workshop somewhere with a closed gate and everything, which everything is right now. And then we had on a Sunday evening at 8 o'clock, no, that was like 10 o'clock already, 10:30. We had to get a hotel for everyone, and there was one hotel in the whole area, like 15-minute drive, and you couldn't get a taxi, because a taxi would took maybe 2 hours to get there, even because there's, in the eastern part of Germany where we were stranded, there was basically nothing for miles. And so the guy who took us to his workshop and everything with the tow truck, he drove us then with his private car to the hotel, because he knew them, and they managed to get his key and everything, and so we got some rooms. Then Monday morning came. We had to check what everything. The problem is you can't get any parts, obviously, for Ram in that part of Germany. So they now gonna bring the Ram and everything to us, and yeah, and that will happen in the next 2 weeks. So I don't have a car, I don't have the Ram, I don't have the trailer, not the GR for the next 2.5 weeks. So it's gonna be some slow weeks for me, and maybe clean the workshop. Yeah, was an interesting trip. thank God nothing happened, nothing serious happened, nobody got hurt or anything. It's just a little bit yeah, frustrating. We had this morning we drove with a taxi 45 minutes to the next rental place, where we rented a car, drove all the way to Switzerland. We couldn't get into Switzerland because with that rental company they don't allow us to drop it off in Switzerland when we took it in Germany. So we had to find the nearest point at the border, drop the car off there, and then somebody took us or picked us up there, and then we came back home, and now we're back home, and it's Monday evening, and yeah. What a trip. So yeah, if you're still watching, thanks for watching. Hope you found that interesting, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. And if you like that video, please subscribe, like and subscribe. I have to say that every few blue moons, and yeah. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Have a good week. Goodbye.